Hey guys, Arm here. Today I'm coming with Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro's Second Attack episodes 2 to 6. In the previous episode, Naoto continues the life pattern of being teased by Nagatoro, who treats Naoto as her personal possession. If someone else teases Naoto, she will protect him in the first place. Naoto also grows fond of Nagatoro, willing to obey whatever she asks. How much more intimate will they be? Let's take a look together. Right now, Naoto is drawing at the art club. He is not satisfied with his paintings as he has little inspiration. The president also discovers Naoto's problem, advising him to go out sketching instead of staying in the classroom all the time. Nagatoro often shows up in the art club, like a non-staff member. Therefore, the president gives Naoto 2 zoo tickets, asking him to go with Nagatoro, which is overheard by Nagatoro. Due to the pronunciation of Japanese, she misunderstands that the president wants her to have an intimate relationship with Naoto, feeling very shy. After the president leaves, Nagatoro sees Naoto holding 2 zoo tickets. She searches the zoo online and finds it perfect for a date. Thinking of dating Naoto, Nagatoro blushes, but she pretends not to know anything and walks into the art club. Naoto asks Nagatoro if she likes animals and can draw them. Nagatoro is not good at drawing, but to match Naoto, she expresses her love for art. Naoto plucks up the courage and invites Nagatoro to the zoo with him. On the weekend, Naoto and Nagatoro meet at the zoo. Naoto gives Nagatoro the sketchbook he has prepared, wanting to sketch with her. Nagatoro realizes that she misunderstood the president's words, which meant to ask them to go to the zoo to sketch together, and had no other meaning. Upon entering the zoo, Nagatoro is immediately attracted to a variety of cute critters, while Naoto is immersed in drawing, sparing no attention to her. Nagatoro understands it, and she is willing to sketch with Naoto, but he must teach her how to draw well. Nagatoro deliberately asks Naoto to hold her hand and draw. Naoto does that, but he does not dare to look at Nagatoro, and quickly draws the outline of the animal. After the morning sketching, Nagatoro and Naoto come to the restaurant for lunch. Nagatoro thinks her drawing skills are still poor, but Naoto encourages her that she's gradually improving. Hearing this, Nagatoro is happy. She compliments Naoto's paintings and asks him about the trick for drawing. Naoto remembers what the president once said to him, that the most important thing for creation is love. Naoto feels shy to mention the word love to Nagatoro, so he explains that it is because he is interested in animals. While Nagatoro goes to the washroom, Naoto meets one of her male friends. Naoto suffers from face blindness, so he does not recognize the boy. Unexpectedly, the boy laughs at Nagatoro's painting, which makes Naoto very angry. When they are about to clash, Nagatoro returns. Her strong aura soon frightens the boy away from the restaurant. Naoto is ashamed and thinks he should have been stronger, but what he doesn't know is that Nagatoro has overheard him defending her. Nagatoro tells Naoto that he has done a good job. Before leaving the zoo, Naoto suggests drawing Nagatoro's favorite animal. Nagatoro then takes Naoto to the sloths area. She stands behind Naoto and draws his portrait. Naoto blushes when he sees her love for him in the portrait. After sketching, Naoto gains some inspiration. Nagatoro has made the art club her other home, where she often takes naps. This time, she drops her phone on the couch. Naoto discovers it and plans to return it to her. When Naoto tries to find Nagatoro in Senior 1, he realizes that he knows very little about Nagatoro, except for her surname Nagatoro. He doesn't know her given name, or her class. Just then, a girl asks Naoto who he is looking for, because Nagatoro is very famous in her grade. The girl tells him about Nagatoro's class. However, Nagatoro is not in the classroom, and Naoto only sees her friends. He is afraid that they will tease him, hurriedly hiding in the cabinet. At this moment, Nagatoro returns to the classroom. Naoto hears them talking about the type of guys they like. When Nagatoro speaks, Naoto's heart beats very fast. Nagatoro says she likes the boy who can bring her pleasure, recalling the bits and pieces of their time together. Naoto feels touched. Unexpectedly, the girls quickly mention him. Naoto is so nervous that he accidentally makes a noise in the cabinet. Nagatoro opens the cabinet and sees Naoto hiding inside. Naoto takes the opportunity to return the phone to Nagatoro, and then he is taken out from the classroom by Nagatoro secretly as she doesn't want her friends to discover him. Nagatoro asks Naoto if he heard what she said. Naoto doesn't answer it and flees away. After the cell phone incident, Naoto begins preparing for the school marathon. On the day of the race, Nagatoro proposes to compete with Naoto to see who can run faster. While While they joke with each other, the president overtakes them. Nagatoro develops a strong desire to win, and urges Naoto to catch up with the president. However, Naoto accidentally twists his ankle. He wants Nagatoro to go first, but Nagatoro refuses to abandon Naoto and insists on going with him. Naoto is touched, and he realizes that although Nagatoro likes to tease him, she has always cared about him. Nagatoro notices that Naoto seems to be painful on his ankle, offering to carry him on her back. At Nagatoro's urging, Naoto follows her instructions. Nagatoro has limited physical strength and soon feels exhausted, but she is very stubborn and refuses to let go of Naoto. At this moment, Nagatoro's friends catch up with her, carrying Naoto with Nagatoro to the finish line. Marathons are individual races where they end up being out for fouls. For a few days, Nagatoro has not come to Naoto. He is afraid that Nagatoro would lose interest in him. When meeting Gamo and Yashi, Naoto asks them about Nagatoro. It turns out that Nagatoro has been staying at home these days out of sickness. They give the homework to Naoto, asking him to take it to Nagatoro. For visiting Nagatoro, Naoto prepared a souvenir. He rings the doorbell, but no one responds. Worrying that Nagatoro would have fainted at home, Naoto breaks into the yard. Nagatoro's older sister, Misaki, mistakes Naoto for a pervert and calls the police. Naoto hurriedly explains that he is Nagatoro's senior, and he comes to give her homework. As the misunderstanding is resolved, Naoto finally gets into Nagatoro's home. Nagatoro is still sleeping, so Misaki and Naoto chat for a while. Her personality is very similar to Nagatoro, always joking with Naoto. Reminded by Misaki, Naoto realizes how special Nagatoro is to him. In the past, his world was only about painting. After Nagatoro appeared, his life took on a different color. At this time, Nagatoro wakes up. She didn't expect Naoto to suddenly come to visit her. Hurrying back to her room to change her clothes, Misaki prepares a dessert for them. She wants to chat with them, but Nagatoro rejects her. While eating dessert, Nagatoro deliberately offers to feed Naoto pudding. Naoto can't reject, but he never expected that Misaki would suddenly break into the room to tell Nagatoro that Naoto is fond of her. Nagatoro is concerned about what Misaki said. When Naoto wants to leave, Nagatoro keeps him under the pretext of playing games. If Naoto wins, she will tell him a secret. Nagatoro keeps asking Naoto what he wants to know about her. Under her questioning, Naoto voices his curiosity about Nagatoro that he wants to know her specific name. Naoto wins the game, but he respects Nagatoro and doesn't want to get an answer in this way. Just then, Misaki calls out Nagatoro's name, ruining the atmosphere between them. Then, Naoto says goodbye to Nagatoro, and on his way back, he silently recites the name of Nagatoro. When Nagatoro returns to school, the first thing she does is to come to Naoto. She offers to be Naoto's model and immediately poses a kicking motion. Keeping the motion for a long time, Nagatoro accidentally falls to the ground. Naoto catches her, and the physical contact makes Nagatoro blush. She hides her shyness with a joke. Nagatoro is not yet aware of her feelings for Naoto. As before, she loves to joke with Naoto. When she bumps into him on the road, she deliberately tugs on his sleeve. This is a trick she learned on the internet. The action of pulling the sleeve is the most beckoning for guys. Naoto refuses to admit that he has a crush on Nagatoro and always avoids her hand. As Nagatoro has been teasing him, Naoto decides to take the initiative. He tries to tug on Nagatoro's sleeve, but accidentally grabs her hand. Their holding hands is seen by Nagatoro's friends. Though Nagatoro tries to explain that she is practicing taekwondo, none of her friends believe her. Perhaps infected by Nagatoro, Naoto soon gets a cold. When Nagatoro discovers that Naoto is not in the art club, she sends a message asking where he is. Learning about Naoto's illness, she hurriedly calls him, feeling guilty. Since Naoto's family are not home, Nagatoro decides to go to his house to take care of him. Naoto's situation is worse than expected. As Nagatoro can't find a thermometer, she checks his temperature by pressing her forehead to his. Naoto's face turns red, so Nagatoro thinks that Naoto has a fever. She asks him to drink more warm water and use his towels to cool him down. Naoto has an uneasy sleep because he dreams of Nagatoro. In the dream, Nagatoro is his wife staying by his side all the time. When Naoto wakes up and sees Nagatoro, he thinks he is still dreaming, straightly calling out Nagatoro's name. Nagatoro is surprised. As she is about to say a word to Naoto, he falls asleep again. Looking at Naoto's sleeping face, Nagatoro suddenly feels like kissing him. At this time, Naoto's mother returns home. Nagatoro gets flustered. After saying hello to Naoto's mother, she leaves in a hurry. When Naoto gets up, his mother asks about his relationship with Nagatoro. Naoto explains that Nagatoro is just his junior, but when he thinks of her, he can't help but blush. On the way to school, Naoto meets Nagatoro because he called her name yesterday. Nagatoro does not know how to face him and just hits him a few times. While she is making a kick, Naoto grabs her leg. Nagatoro's friends happen to see it again. Panicked, Nagatoro explains that she is practicing taekwondo. Unfortunately, there's still no one believing her words. As Nagatoro and Naoto's relationship becomes closer, Christmas is coming. Nagatoro hasn't decided what to buy for Naoto as a Christmas gift. Misaki suggests that she choose a more practical item, so that when he uses the item, he will think of her. Nagatoro thinks it's a good idea and thanks Misaki. Meanwhile, Naoto is also looking forward to Nagatoro's Christmas present. He dreams of the scene of them spending Christmas together and gets blushed when he wakes up. On Christmas Eve, Gameo gathers all her single friends together. Since they don't have lovers, Gameo proposes that they can hang out together. Both Nagatoro and Naoto want to exchange gifts with each other. They find an excuse to secretly go to the art club. Just as they are about to exchange gifts, the president suddenly appears. The president is about to graduate and is enjoying her last time in the club. The school has been over for a long time, and most of the students remaining at school are couples. Therefore, the president suspects that Nagatoro and Naoto are dating at the art club. Nagatoro is very shy, pushing Naoto to run away. To avoid bumping into the director of education, they hide in the infirmary where embarrassingly, a couple is dating. Nagatoro and Naoto have to find somewhere else, but they still can't find a proper opportunity after going to several places. In the end, Naoto doesn't want to waste any more time, and he gives his gift to Nagatoro on the rooftop. They have a very tacit understanding as they happen to prepare the same gifts. They wear the scarves given by the other, feeling very happy. As the new year approaches, Nagatoro meets Naoto at the shrine where she is working part-time. Seeing her in the form of a priestess, Naoto is very impressed and touched. With Nagatoro's company, Naoto has a great time. When he is about to leave, he sees a reminder on the fortune sign that says "Do not wait passively." This quote inspires him. He wants to confess his feelings to Nagatoro, but doesn't know how to start it. In the end, he just says "I'm waiting for you," and quickly runs away. Nagatoro hurries to meet him. Naoto invites Nagatoro to visit the shrine together, where Nagatoro deliberately asks Naoto if he is making a wish to date her. Naoto tells Nagatoro that if he wants to be with Nagatoro, he will work on his own instead of relying on the power of the gods. After the visit, Nagatoro says that her wish is to become his wife. Although she then explains that this is her lie, Naoto is still very impressed. That brings the end of episodes 2 to 6. People are most vulnerable when they are sick. The scene of their foreheads touching was very sweet, and what I didn't expect was that Naoto would dream of their married life while being taken care of by Nagatoro. I think Naoto has fallen in love with Nagatoro for a long time, but he never found it out himself. I believe in the following episodes, there will be more interesting plots between them that make us blush. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. The more likes, the faster the update. Let me see your support.